Welcome back. This is one of those encounters that starts calm, but you can feel the tension building from the very first second. Officers step in, rights get challenged, and suddenly it's not just a conversation. It's a battle of authority versus accountability. Watch this carefully and tell me in the comments, who's really in the right here?
Well, you can record up here.
Yes, we can.
Right
What
there.
law? We're in a public area.
This is not public.
Yes, it is.
So if you go to the.
Are you a police officer?
I'm a deputy.
Are you?
Okay,
can you call your supervisor because it's?
But you can record up here.
Yes, we can.
The curve.
That's just a
is
policy.
public.
That's just a policy, sir.
That's what we have.
Please call your sergeant. Please call your sergeant.
Out there, that's just policy.
Yeah.
Okay, what can we do for you guys?
Well, we're independent journalists. We're working on a story. We're not here to cause a problem. So. Okay. I don't know what's you guys need to de-escalate.
The best way to do so. I was just telling you so that now we know.
The best way to do so is by not kicking us out because we have the right to be here. We're taxpayers.
The best way to do it is you can go to the sheriff's office building.
We are going to go there right now too, but we're also can record here. We go to jails all over the country, so you can't just come over here and make this up.
But I'm trying to explain to you how will be the best way for you guys to achieve.
You don't need to explain. You don't need to explain to us anything, sir. We know what we're doing.
You can go to the sheriff's office building.
I will. I came here for both locations.
And request to speak to the public safety officer.
Sir, I don't need to speak to nobody. I have the right.
You just asked me to speak to your supervisor, to my supervisor.
Well,
and I'm sending you to the person you want to talk to.
Well, if you're going to try to continue attempting to stop me from video recording here.
I'm not stopping you right now because you're continuing to record.
That's right.
But I'm telling you, you can go and request to speak to him to see how far you guys can get with the recording.
Right here, look, I can't go into private areas. I can't. But this area right here, and we're also not going to film these people. We're not going. We don't want to do that. But we have the right to be here, brother.
Okay, but what are you trying to accomplish? How can we help you?
Right now, as of now, we're okay. But if we need any assistance, we'll let you know.
Okay, but what's the purpose? What can we do?
We're working on a new story. That's all we
record. That's why I'm telling you guys.
Yes, we can.
So you want me to bring my supervisor?
Sir, we have the right. Listen.
Get my supervisor. See.
Didn't you take an oath to protect the Constitution?
Definitely.
Okay, so we have the First Amendment.
What I'm trying to help you is this. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you want to do.
We're not going to be here rude to nobody. We just want to film. That's all we want to do.
And the same respect you're giving me is the same respect I'm giving you.
And it's always going to be like that. I'm not going to disrespect you.
The only thing that I'm telling you, right? Because we're going to respect each other.
Exactly.
For you to go to the sheriff's office building.
But you can't just tell us to leave from here because you're going to, sir, you have to go over there. And
right from the opening moment, the tension is palpable. Our cameras capture a classic clash of authority versus public accountability. And it all starts before words even fully land. You can feel the stakes immediately as the officers assert their presence, insisting that recording in the area is against policy, while the independent journalists calmly but firmly claim their rights. The dialogue is clipped, fast-paced, and almost chess-like, each side making strategic moves, testing boundaries, and gauging reactions. The audience sees the subtle power struggle. The officer cites internal rules and security policies, repeatedly offering the line, "Please call your sergeant," while the journalists remain unflappable, referencing their right to record and their experience covering similar locations nationwide. You can practically hear the tension rise with every, "No need to explain to us, and we know what we're doing." As both sides assert control of their narrative, the suspense comes from uncertainty. Will the officer escalate, or will reason prevail? Every second builds curiosity. Will these journalists get removed, or will they find a way to legally navigate the situation? There's an underlying rhythm, the officer trying to maintain authority, the journalists maneuvering around it. That keeps viewers on edge. By the 2-minute mark, the foundation of the entire encounter is laid. Rights, rules, and respect clash in a confined, charged space, setting up the perfect stage for the deeper interactions that follow. This segment serves as the hook because it introduces all the key elements of tension: authority, civil liberties, policy versus law, and the personalities involved. The audience is left waiting, wondering how this standoff will unfold. A textbook opening for a gripping UK cop watch video.
To go over there and request the information because we know the information.
Yes,
we're going to go over there and talk to people over there.
Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish.
Correct, but you can't stop us from filming here.
Okay, but what are you trying to accomplish? So that's
I just told you 30 times. We're trying to video record.
Okay.
So You see, from those doors over here, it's called freedom. This is freedom, you see? Oh God. Yo, Big Bob is here. Big Bob. Oh no. Oh, please tell me you're a nice guy, please. All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Enrique. Are you the supervisor? You're the sergeant.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. I requested to speak with you because I am being informed by this very nice officer that there's no filming in this area per policy. Now, we go around the whole country standing up for people's rights and inmates' rights as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously, from those doors over here, it's called freedom. As long as I don't interfere with your business here, my video recording cannot be considered loitering or cannot be considered any illegal activity because we're literally working. We're paying taxes on these videos.
Well, so the only issue with that is that the entire building is still a secure facility.
I understand.
And we don't allow recording in the facility.
I understand
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
I understand that.
And then even though this is like a public park, technically, because we have the public coming in here to visit and everything, this is still part of our secure facility. And so we don't allow recording in here.
I understand, sir, and respectfully, sir, policy is not law. So if anyone wants to conduct business here, such as going in there and visiting an inmate while they're here, they have the right to video record.
Well,
now, once you go beyond these doors, then you have to waive your rights because it is a restricted area. So as long as I'm in a public area and I'm not creating a disturbance or interfering with the process that you guys have going on here,
the intensity jumps another notch as the journalists request to speak with the sergeant. Enter Big Bob, the sergeant whose presence immediately elevates the stakes. From the start, viewers are thrown into a dance of diplomacy and constitutional argument. The officer who first confronted the journalists steps back slightly, transferring authority, while the journalists seize the opportunity to articulate the distinction between policy and law. This segment is filled with intellectual tension. The journalists explain that public areas allow recording and that policies cannot override constitutional rights. The sergeant listens carefully, nods, and responds with measured caution, emphasizing that while this is a public-facing part of a secure facility, recording within the facility itself remains restricted. Every sentence escalates the suspense. Viewers are left hanging on whether the journalists will comply or assert their rights fully. The dialogue in this section is textbook suspense, controlled yet charged, legal yet personal. The camera would capture the subtle gestures, the posture of authority, and the journalist's confident calm. Phrases like policy is not law and references to the First Amendment serve as verbal fireworks, challenging the institution without provoking direct confrontation. This is the segment where the audience truly grasps the stakes. Not just a disagreement over recording, but a symbolic test of public accountability and civil liberties in action. By the 5-minute mark, viewers are fully invested. The tension is intellectual, procedural, and subtly threatening. A ticking clock that makes every exchanged word critical.
Our job cannot be interfered by you guys, because this is what our country is about. It's about freedom, it's about respect, and sometimes disrespect, because the First Amendment is not about the weather, it's about controversial speech. So even though we have the freedom of speech, we're not here to test our freedom of speech. We're here to test our freedom of the press, which is also our First Amendment right. So no rule from the state or federal can go against any of these civil liberties that we have.
Well, it's a little different because it applies to like a secure government facility.
I understand. Everywhere we go, we have the same policy,
for
sir.
For sure.
So we're just bringing it in, and for the most part, I mean, sometimes we come across very aggressive officers. That's why I saw you, man. I said, please be a nice guy.
Isn't what it's
I know. I know. You can't judge nobody by how they look. You look like a very intimidating big guy. You know what I'm saying? But we're not here for that. We're here to just educate millions. We've educated more than 100 million people. We have thousands of people watching you guys right now. Well, we're not live, but when we upload these videos.
Do you guys have a YouTube channel or anything?
We do. We're auditing America.
Auditing America?
Yes. Okay. So we praise good employees, good police officers all over the country. We've gone viral many times for having conversations like this one. Right. You know what I'm saying, brother? Where sometimes, we may have a misunderstanding, but we can come to an agreement. Yeah. Like, yes, there may be a policy here that there's no filming here, but it still can't go against our rights. So it's our duty as a citizen of the United States since birth to check up on the government, check up on any unconstitutional policies. Right. So we're not here to judge you guys for having that. We're just documenting it, and we're just standing our ground fully for our constitutional rights. Utah is open carry state. We're only open carrying a camera. So we're not testing Second Amendment here.
So what's your guys' plan as far as like being out here and being in this area?
Well, right now, sir, as long as we can come to an agreement that, we're okay. I mean, if you disagree, I know that you have superiors that you have to, go by your job because you work here. Right. I understand that. Yeah. I respect that. Yeah. But if you want to go and find out any further, or I really wouldn't want you to call the police, but we see the police every day. You are the police. Yeah. You are the police, right? Yes. Well, it's kind of weird because sometimes we don't have sheriffs running a correctional facility, which like is better.
Thing. Yeah.
It's better that I always say that it's better for the sheriffs to run the facility. First of all, you guys are more professional. Way more professional. We have no one really leaves jail and says, great service. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So
Here, the video takes a dramatic but calming turn, showing the human side of law enforcement. The sergeant acknowledges the journalist's perspective, while they, in turn, emphasize respect and transparency. The intensity of Part 2 gives way to mutual understanding, but the suspense remains, because the audience knows that agreements in tense situations are fragile. Every nod, handshake, and careful word is loaded with meaning. This segment highlights diplomacy in action. The journalists discuss their mission to educate millions and document constitutional rights, citing experiences across the country. The officers, while firm, begin to relax, showing subtle signs of cooperation. The conversation also underscores the professionalism required in corrections. Not every inmate is guilty, and the officer's vigilance contrasts with the journalist's pursuit of transparency. Viewers are drawn into the tension of human dynamics rather than legal debate. This part makes the audience feel like they are witnessing a live negotiation, watching two sides navigate principles, policy, and personal demeanor. It's suspenseful because the outcome is uncertain. Will the journalist be allowed to record freely, or will the rules ultimately prevail? The careful balance of authority and accountability is compelling, making this part emotionally resonant while still educational.
I know for a fact from years ago, personal experience, that the sheriffs tends to be more laid back of a guard. He still makes sure that the things his job is done, but he doesn't go around bullying inmates. There's a lot of inmates that are innocent here. Not everybody's guilty.
Right, for sure.
Not everybody's guilty. So a lot of guards don't go by that mentality. And I understand they're trying to stay safe because there is a lot of very dangerous people in here. But this is a very, very, very special job that you guys do. That's why it requires a very special person. Right. And a lot of the time, sir, these agencies are hiring just whoever has a clean record. Right. And not a clean mind, a clear mindset, But we're not planning to be here all day. If you guys if we can agree, we just want to be here maybe like around 5-10 more minutes, film your signs here, and then we'll be on our way. I think it's better now as well that there's nobody here, because we don't like to, first of all, we've been in situations where even the visitation got canceled because we showed up. And I was like, oh man, these inmates are gonna be mad. But at the end of the day, they may be mad at that for visitation getting canceled that day. But at the end of the day, it's all for a good purpose. I was there. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. How long have you worked here?
Been here for 17 and a half years.
Oh, you started young here.
A little.
Yeah.
It was, 27.
27? Oh, and you stay here for a long time. You're here.
No, man, I'm 45.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
We got the same haircut. Hey, man, thank you so much. I don't want
your name again?
Enrique.
Enrique.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Eddie.
Eddie, nice to meet you, Eddie. And you, sir?
Nice to meet you.
What's your name? Fragoso. Okay.
The final segment builds subtle suspense while transitioning toward resolution. The journalists clarify that they don't intend to interfere with operations, only to record a few signs and the surrounding area. Officers respond positively, acknowledging professionalism and the unique responsibilities of their roles. Dialogue about tenure, experience, and mutual respect adds warmth, but the tension of compliance versus rights still simmers beneath the surface. This is the calm after the storm segment, but it still keeps viewers on edge. Every interaction, exchanging names, discussing experience, and joking lightly, reinforces the stakes of authority and civil accountability. The journalist's careful framing of their rights, coupled with the officer's professional demeanor, ensures a satisfying conclusion while reminding the audience of the ongoing balance between oversight and security. By the end of this clip, viewers feel closure without losing engagement. They have witnessed confrontation, negotiation, diplomacy, and resolution, all within a compact, suspenseful narrative arc. This final part also sets the stage for reflection or commentary, perfect for a UK Cop Watch content video that aims to educate and entertain simultaneously.